Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the yearly Dota 2 mid lane tier list. I am your host, Danny, also known as iAnnihilate, and I'm gonna be not doing that voice anymore. Anyways, um, a lot has changed since the last time I made a YouTube video. It's probably like 30 years ago. I think there's been a Great Depression or two. A couple presidents have gone by. Falcons won TI. That happened most recently. And mid seems a lot different than the last time I made a tier list. It seems like people are picking blow up the screen heroes, and maybe the meta will change a little bit after the Helm Dom nerfs. We have a new patch, like as of a couple days ago, that nerfed Helm Dom a little bit. But it seemed like other two cores make Helm the Dominator. Maybe they get some catch on the supports, and the mid has to like be a team fight, blow up the screen kind of guy. Now, this list is unfortunately not in alphabetical order because I just had to drag them all down from here from the last tier list I made. Um, I'm gonna let's see, what should we start with? Chat, pick the first hero. I have like a tier list in my mind. Okay, chat, pick the second hero. Lena, I think you pick this hero if you hate. Nah, for fun. That's about it. Unfortunately, I was talking about this earlier. Maelstrom into Mjolnir feels pretty bad on Alina that you don't really need attack speed, and the Maelstrom does no damage when you don't upgrade it anymore. It's not like the old Maelstrom. So a right click build feels kind of weak. Magic build feels like it doesn't do enough damage after the shard change. Puck. This is gonna be a hot take. I think Puck is A tier. Hot take. I know. Um, I think in the right hands, in the right circumstances, Puck is completely broken, but there's a good enough amount of Puck hate in the meta. And if like it's weird because if the enemy team picks no stuns, I'd much rather be Storm or even Ember. You don't really pick like in a free Puck game, it doesn't feel that much different than a non-free Puck game. Like yeah, it sucks if you lane a Dragon Knight or a Tiny or Void Spear or something with catch for you later. But the hero doesn't necessarily go Ags Mjolnir as much anymore, which is the build I prefer. At TI, you saw a lot of Shiva's Octarine, and there was a couple games. Well, who was it? Was it BetBoom's mid? Was it GPK that had some huge Puck performances? When it looks good, it looks really good, but everyone forgets all the times it looks really bad. I have a couple other heroes I'm going to put above Puck, but I think Puck's low damage. Not when you finish Witchblade, Blink, Shard, like Parasma. The problem is like that feels kind of greedy. It's no health, and there's silences and stuff you have to worry about. Um, Ember, one of my favorite heroes of all time. Love me some Ember Spirit. I think I almost want to put him C tier. I think he's good. And I think last patch, like the TI patch, I'd put him C tier. This patch, I'd put him B tier for sure. Curveball is the only way to go, yes. The problem with Ember Spirit is the heroes that kind of catch, like you kind of want more damage from your mid and not just catch. For example, like Falcons with their classic Sand King mid hoodwink, or people picking Earthshaker mid, like these refresher big team fight alts out of mid to facilitate the drafts better. And aside from Quap, and that's not even that easy of a matchup, there isn't a lot of heroes that Ember tends to like do well against. It feels like you get counterpicked a lot, even blind. There's a handful of Shadow Fiends. There's a handful of Dragon Knights. Puck is nice to play against, but you go Chain Gang and not double impact, so you don't like bully him as hard. You can kill Doms on Ember now. That is a change. Like last patch, I think he was a lot worse, but yeah, for some reason he just feels a little clunkier this patch. He can still have great games. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in B. Last patch I'd put him in C, and he might still be C. Dragon Knight, I think Dragonite's an S tier hero in competitive play. As a mid, I'm gonna put him in A tier personally. I've had a lot of success on Dragonite even today in my games. Um, Part of the reason why I think Dragonite is one of the best heroes to pick in Captain's mode right now is because it can go all three core roles, and he just has a very, very, very stable, not necessarily play style, but like impact, like always high impact, great, kind of like dissuades teams from picking heroes like Puck because Blink Stun is so good. Also works well with the Hoodwink kind of heroes that are picked a lot. Yeah, very hard to. I think the only hero I'm kind of sad to play against as Dragonite is maybe Timber or Huskar, I guess. Even Huskar is not that bad compared to most other heroes. How does Ember do versus Beastmaster mid? I believe it's Beastmaster favored in the early waves, but when Ember has levels, it's kind of hard for Beastmaster to stay in lane anymore. Like once Ember's 6, you're never gonna really roar him. It's much easier for him to slight chains you. Like you can't use your boars in the lane once he has enough levels in his spells. Because like he can just ult slight chains 8 units, and that can catch you with supports. It's just it. It's definitely rough to play against two boars, level 1, 2, and 3. But once you're level 4, 5, 6, you're kind of chilling, and that's pretty good for Ember. It's like dodging axes doesn't matter that much. I am gonna put Quap in S tier. I think Quap. I think the main thing you want out of mid this patch is damage. You want damage. You don't necessarily want catch. Catch is a bonus. So like Earthshaker was both, and that was really OP. He had wave clear from 4 screens away, damage and stuns. I I think Quap just does so much damage compared to other mids, even without items, just with Kaya Sanj. You don't always have to go Blade Mail anymore. She has caught a few nerfs, a couple patches in a row, but it's not a big deal. Is the cat on the tree? She's catting. Let's see. What else do we got? Invoker? I don't know how the Helm of Dom affects it. There's a Quas build, like going max Exort, max Quas, level 1 Wex with summons and Helm Dom over Midas. I have not tested it too much, and I honestly prefer the Exort facet anyway. But it's weird because Invoker actually doesn't do that much damage compared to other mids. Like his damage is very unreliable. Meteor is hard to land when they have Glimmers, Force, they can save each other. Maybe there's a Shadow Demon. It's a very committal spell. There isn't a lot of like Tide Hunters or Faceless Voids in a lot of the games. It's just point click stuns, which Sunstrike is great for. But Sunstrike, like, I think a Quap's damage stat at the end of the game will be like 50% higher than Invoker, even if the Invoker plays really well. If it's just like a normal Quap, like just a 9 to 5 Quap. Um, he's not universal anymore, so his right click damage is a lot lower. And later on in the game, Alacrity is like a lot of your damage, whether you're casting it on someone else or yourself. Sand King is interesting. I think I'm lower on Sand King. I think Malrine is like the only good Sand King player in the world. He played a phenomenal Sand King at TI, and he was abusing Sandstorming Towers a lot, which just got removed in the last patch. I don't know. Basically, my advice if you want to pick up Sand King as someone who tried it recently is get really good at last hitting in the Sandstorm. You need to get like 95% of the creeps in the first 5 minutes to make the hero really strong. No matter the matchup, even if you have a really bad matchup. And you have to be good at like cutting behind and like dragging creep waves to camps, all that stuff. Like the Malrine classic. If you can't like get 4 CS under your Sandstorm level 1 to hit level 2, the hero feels so much worse because then you're gonna get less CS on the next wave because you won't have Stinger and Sandstorm will be cooldown. Generally, I feel like Sand King has been like in lane has been I need to press Sandstorm level 1 to push the wave and deward a sentry if they have one with the wave pushing in. And if I get denied one or two creeps, I'm really sad. Like really, really sad. If I get to level 2 and kill their sentry for the third wave with Sandstorm, I can use my Stinger to secure a couple creeps. I can maybe cheese a creep or two. Maybe the wave is pushing back because I pushed it so far into their tower and I don't get denied as much until my next Sandstorm. But it's a hero that like snowballs in reverse on last hits if you get denied early. Quap is also the best hero against Sand King, and it's like pick banned every game. So if Quap's not in the pool, Sand King goes up a tier. If she's in the pool, he honestly goes down a tier. Um, what else do we got? Kez is in captain's mode now. I think it's a pick for fun here. I feel like this hero is really bad. A lot of the Kez's that win just abuse the fact that no one knows what in the bird is going on when they're playing against it. I still don't know what in the bird is going on to me sometimes. I played a game of Dragon Knight versus Kez last against the rank 100 Kez spammer, and I fucking destroyed him. So I think like you really have to win your lane on Kez, or it doesn't do anything. Yeah, Thompson's done with Kez. I don't know what they need to change about him. I think his ult getting interrupted now is pretty bad. Um, Shadow Fiend is a classic blow up the screen hero right now. I I'm not sure where I would put him. If you're XG, you put him in A. If you're not XG, you put him in B. I'm not XG. Shout out their mid. He owned on Shadow Fiend the whole tournament. Um, Again, I think on Shadow Fiend you don't want to see Quap. So if Quap's not in the pool, this hero goes up a lot. Quap is kind of like meta defying because if your hero's bad at laning Quap and Quap is the best hero in the pool, the heroes themselves just lose value because of blind pick. If Quap is not in the pool, I don't know what else is that good against SF besides Sniper. Puck is okay, but not gonna kill you. And Lena's a bad hero. Um, I don't think any other heroes really. Maybe Batrider can give you some problems or something like that, but there's really not that many bad matchups for him. And the Yashikaya Ags combo is just really, really strong. SF is a fraud mid hero? I don't think so. I think he fits the meta really well. Sniper, you just pick this hero if it's a good sniper game. I've seen plenty of people, even Gunner in my game today, go 10-0 on sniper and lose. It feels really team dependent and lane winning dependent. It doesn't feel like a hero that wins by playing a normal game. You're playing a sniper game. TA mid is good. I don't know if I agree with that. Um, was there TAs picked at TI at all? Because I look at these heroes, like I feel like SF, Quap, Puck were picked quite a bit at TI, even Sand King. And TA should beat those heroes. Oh, TA is a mid versus SF. Um, yeah, I don't think so anymore because of Shadowmire. It's really rough. It like it actually is just rough. Not being able to refraction deny, Psyblades being a lot worse. Like your Psyblade's not reaching the range creep unless they're like touching unless they're really close. Like it's just so easy for Shadow Fiend to get his farm and not get hit by Psyblades. They nerfed the Psyblades way too much, in my opinion, which is why it doesn't get played mid that much. Even when I play Puck, I don't feel like I ever like I feel like I might get denied a few creeps because she has such high base damage, but I'm never like, oh man, I'm just getting Psybladed over and over again. Like if you just last hit behind your range creep, you never get Psybladed. Um, Tinker, we're gonna put this. Where do we put Tinker? I don't know what. Okay, we need to just put this hero uh specialist Tylenol. Let's just Tinker's a Tylenol hero. Um, Same with Meepo. I can't really evaluate these two heroes because they feel stronger than they are because only people that play them all day play them. Like, I think the heroes on them like they don't even win that much, and they look way more broken than they do when like specialists play them. Brood, I have okay. I play a lot of the EU server. The amount of Russian players that only play Brood is absurd, or Visage. I haven't seen a Brood or Visage in like a year. Like last year, I was like, man, it's the Visage guy again. Or wow, last pick Brood again, huh? And Quap does nothing to Brood, I think. And Invoker, I mean, Invoker's not picked that much. Earthshaker was S tier up until very recently. I think he fell all the way down to B tier, by the way. Uh, you can't one-shot creep waves with Kaya and Shard until level 15 now. That's a huge deal. It used to be with the level 10 talent, Max Fisher, Max Passive, Shard, and Kaya, you would one-shot waves from the Fog of War. That is a huge, huge nerf. Huge, huge nerf. I picked to get MMR, not get good. That could be a good tier. I mean, some people just enjoy playing Brood and stuff like that, though. I don't really feel that way anymore. Because those heroes are actually kind of hard to win on. Same with Huskar. Like, they're cheesy, but if you play them, you realize how fragile the game is if they die a couple times. Huskar, I think pick of good game. I don't believe in this hero. Everyone's going Cauterize now, too. I've seen it do phenomenal. I've seen it do okay and then just lose. I've seen it had bad, like, I've seen the highs and the lows, and there's a lot more lows on the hero. Druid's also in the Tylenol tier. Um, if I can find him. There's Visage. Like, all of these heroes, by the way, I think are bad mids, but if you're really good at them, they're completely fine to play, and you're gonna win a lot of games because people forget how your hero works. It's been so long that these heroes have been popular. Kez is kind of a little bit like that too, but Kez has been more recently played than the other heroes, to be honest. I've seen a few mid Muertas. I think Pudge is underrated as a mid. I think he's just slightly above pick for fun. I think both facets are good. That might be something you guys could try. Leshrac. I think Leshrac is A tier, but I just don't play it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because I don't want to play against Quap, but like when Quap is banned, Lesh feels pretty good. Blade Mail got nerfed a decent amount. There's way less Blade Mails now. How many heroes? Everyone's going Helm Dom. How many heroes are buying Blade Mail besides Quap? You know, like there's only one hero you have to worry about. Lesh might even be S tier without Quap. Oh, Beastmaster. Where's the beast? Feed me the beast. I can't find beast. It's Jover. Surely he's near the top. Okay. I think Beastmaster mid is really strong. The problem is very similar to Sand King. He didn't get nerfed as hard as Sand King did, in my opinion. And honestly, Sand King could maybe be in B tier. But Beastmaster doesn't like Earthshaker, and he doesn't like having a bad lane. But you can, if you're good at the Sand King Beast heroes, all the bad matchups you can get away with playing against because you can stack with your boars, you can creep manipulation, sentry manipulation war. Like if you're good at sentry warring on Sand King, you're gonna get more out of bad lanes. If you're good at knowing when to stack with your boars and like how to play the first wave with two boars, you're gonna get more out of the bad matchups as well. Um, like Rubik with Ags to steal the Quap queue. I feel like Rubik would just lose lane to Quap too hard. Yeah, Beastmaster is really Beastmaster might be S tier. I just I don't know. I think S just has to be really really strong. Rubik is one of the scarier heroes to play against this Quap because they get the Ags in your queue. Was there like a MMR? I feel like you just max your queue and the Rubik shouldn't get to play, but I'm not sure. That's something I haven't seen. I haven't seen Weehaw stream either. Maybe he does something that I don't, that I haven't seen. Void Spirit, where's he at? Where's the purple man himself? I think Purple Spirit, um, Purple Spirit, very good if they have Puck. It's okay against Quap. Um, Other than that, very medium hero. If you do enjoy Void Spirit, this is a good patch for him. He's much better than the last couple patches. He's like the most fair mid hero in the game, in my opinion. If you're having a slow start or it's going to be a long game, buy your shard really fast, max your Q. The shard farms so fast in creep camps, it kills waves without you showing. Um, the shard is still a little underrated. I think it's one of the best shards in the game. The problem with buying shard on Void Spirit is that he's a tempo hero. So you don't want to stop getting kills to buy your shard. So if you're having a good game, like you're 3-0, maybe you buy a vessel, maybe you're rushing an Ags for Puck, keep buying good items while you're getting kills. And the minute the game slows down or there's less fighting and everyone's kind of in the farming phase, buy your shard immediately. Can't stack creep shard, that doesn't matter. Just it farms so fast. You'll pay for your shard within like 4 or 5 minutes. Like it the problem is like again, he's a tempo hero for the most part. He plays really fast. So delaying your items by 4 to 5 minutes to farm faster in the future is only worth it if there's nothing going on. Or you're behind. I've played against like Huskars as Void Spirit and I just rushed a shard and been top net worth at 30 minutes just farming. Like it farms ridiculously fast, but you shouldn't sacrifice your mid game if you're having a good game. Um, Not to keep talking in circles about that, but where is the Pango? I think you pick Timber if you hate yourself, or you really know they're gonna pick like a hero that gets stomped at like Void. I don't even know. I wouldn't even want to play against Void Spirit. Sand King, maybe? I don't even know about that one. Dragon Knight, I guess. Like you really have to hate yourself or know they're gonna pick Dragon Knight. There's really no in between. Pango, I'm gonna put two heroes that are very different, but function the same to me in the early to mid game. Um, where's the monkey? Where's monkey? There's monkey. Monkey and Pango both buy Diffusal Blade for the most part. Okay. And they both press their ult on objectives in the early game. So you should have a clear picture in your head that you're going to go press your ult in a lane. Like on either hero, there should be a clear path to pressing your ulti somewhere, whether it's on a Wisdom Rune, tier 1 towers to take them. Like it feels great when you can walk to another lane on one of these heroes and help your offlaner or your carry just take the tower with your ult. That's like 90% of the value of the hero in the early mid game. Obviously, Monkey King has some better lane matchups. Pango, probably more consistent impact when team fights and like spell damage, the way his Ags functions and stuff. But you really want to get value out of your ult on both heroes. And that is definitely like game dependent. What else do we got? What else do we got? Pick Necrophos if you really hate yourself. Oh wait, what are you doing, kitty cat? You want to make an appearance on the video? Come here. Subscribe for the kitty cat. Subscribe to the YouTube. That's what the kitty cat's saying. Say hello. Ah. Subscribe or she'll kill me. Subscribe or she'll kill me. Storm Spirit. Okay. I should get some pets now. Let's see. Where is Storm? I think Storm. Okay. I think Storm is very good. Like, very, very, very good, okay? Problem with Storm. You need a lot of farm. You typically go like Kaya Sange BKB these days or Kaya Sange Witchblade. And you kind of play tanky, farm fast with that build. It has, in my opinion, almost zero bad lane matchups. You can always have very consistent farm on any lane, but you also don't have very many good lane matchups. Like the best matchup for Storm is probably Sand King. Like every other hero is like maybe Pango. That's not even that popular. Maybe Beast. Like you don't really have many winning lane matchups. If you play really well with the facet and your remnants, you can do well in the lane, but I think Dragonite should do good against Storm. I don't think so. I think a double bracer Dragonite will just out heal all your damage. He just doesn't pressure the lane very hard, in my opinion, unless you outplay or outskill the guy you're laning against. It's a big reason why, you know, there's like the meme of Bulba picking Abed Storm a lot, first pick. It's just very consistent impact against any matchup. And the only time it feels good to last pick Storm is if they have 0 stuns. I think I mentioned that earlier with like the Puck. Like it feels much better to last pick Storm when they have 0 stuns than Puck. But you don't need to only pick Storm when they have 0 stuns. He gets 2,000 HP from Kaya Sange and the 15 talent of HP. So even if they like have stuns, you're gonna tank some of them a lot of the time for your team. I can't think of too many other heroes that have a strong 25 talent in this pool. Yeah, I think Storm probably has the strongest 25 talent. Maybe Puck's Coil. But again, you're not loading into a game being like it's time to get level 25. It doesn't happen every game, but always has that late game backup. Very, very good hero. My favorite hero of all time. Outworld Destroyer. It's somewhere between C and D. The thing about it is like anytime someone picks OD, they're probably gonna win lane like 99% of the time. But they don't do that much with it. Like they don't pressure towers, they don't even farm all that fast. They need to use their teammates to create some stuff in the game. Plenty like even Sniper tends to just be a better hero than OD for just like picking a lane dominator because he can push the towers with his attack range. Buying a Dragonlance. Zeus? I don't know where Zeus mid would fit. I feel like he's just support right now. I can put him in there, but the Kunkel. I played a great Kunkel recently. I think C tier hero. Love the Kunkel. TA pick for fun. We're just gonna blitz through a couple of these because I think the video is getting a little long now. And we talked about most of the important heroes, and I want to get some concluding thoughts. Missing a couple here. I just want to get Caudle. Tylenol bracket. I feel like that hero is only picked by Caudle players, and it sucks. Death Prophet. I think she's probably better than D tier, but that's just where I have her right now in my mind because I haven't seen her do well since they nerfed the Ags. Oh, Tiny. No, Earth Spirit's not a mid. Pick this if you hate yourself. Don't play Earth Spirit mid. Don't do that to yourself. You have so much to live for. Like, please don't do that to yourself. Tiny, Tiny is just a worse version of Void Spirit right now, in my opinion. So he's just down a tier from that. Even Pango, in a lot of cases, can be a better Tiny. Primal, Nature's. Yeah, I don't know where to put Nature's. Maybe like somewhere in C. Probably better in the other roles, to be honest. Viper, Herald, Superstar Division for sure. That hero just wins in Herald bracket and nowhere else. Where's Primal? Primal is the definition of like pick this hero. If they have a Nature's Prophet carry or support, it just runs them over with trample. Like trample tramples the trees, the Q. It also the ult counters status resistance heroes like Ursa. The break is really nice against bristleback type heroes. Super nice to ult Pango. You can even stop his roll with your ult. But in general, not my favorite hero to just pick. Yeah, unfortunately, Earth Spirit just can't nuke waves anymore. Phoenix mid? Yeah, Phoenix mid is definitely Tylenol, for sure. For sure, I 100% agree with that. There's definitely like a Herald here. Like, Sniper escaped Herald recently, actually. That's crazy. I guess I don't know if I should put Bat Rider or not. Razor's okay. He's better than like Griefing, but yeah, he's not that much better than Griefing, to be honest. He's on the borderline. I think that's pretty much everything that I've seen in the entire patch and haven't seen. Wind Ranger? Bro, don't do that to yourself. Why do you want to play Wind Ranger mid? Although I've seen some Wind Ranger carries recently and offlane. Don't grief your teammates. Don't do that. That hero's dead. You've seen a Morphling mid? I haven't. Oh, Magnus? Honestly, Magnus is like maybe a triple doser Tylenol situation. I think like it's you just gotta be a Rise or something to pick it. I don't know. Marcy mid? Yeah. Where is Zeus? Has anyone seen my boy? Oh, he's right here. He's Herald for sure. The lower your MMR, basically how the Herald Superstar division works is the lower your MMR, the more powerful they get. I think Jakiro's in there too, actually. Oh, Sky mid. I think if you're not Topson, don't pick this. It looks completely broken when he plays it, but I swear to God, every time someone else has picked it on my team, they look completely brain dead. Underlord? Nah. Nah. Sky? You know what? I could believe that, but I think because Topson has looked so impressive on it, on his stream, that I think it has to be better than Herald. Bat? Sure. Honestly, I think Bat is pretty good. I'll put him somewhere in C. Ricky? I think you only pick Ricky if they have literally Oracle, maybe Dazzle, just for the shard. Dawnbreaker? Nah. Okay. Concluding thoughts. Please subscribe so the cat doesn't kill me. Um, Look out for Quap. Be careful. Put Quap in your ban list if you want to play a lot of heroes like Shadow Fiend, Pango, Earthshaker, Leshrac. If Quap wasn't here, almost all these heroes move up a tier. Not all of them, but a lot of them really would. She's just so oppressive with the dagger and blade mail build. You spam Rubik and Pugna mid? Um, you know what? Sure. That sounds very fun. That's where I'd put them. I don't think those heroes are griefing at all, by the way. Like F is basically you pick these heroes and you're kind of griefing. Necro we can put in Herald Superstar division, but You can't even Ghost Scepter BKB anymore, but that's probably fine in Herald. These ones, like, you're actually, like, kind of griefing if you pick them a lot of the time. In the perfect matchup, just keep in mind, if you pick the perfect Timbersaw game, 5 strength heroes, you lane against a Dragon Knight, he goes up a few tiers. But, like, if you pick Timber blind, they have 1 strength hero, you're just legitimately griefing a lot of the time. Pugna can be a support after the lane, and honestly, his highest impact role is 5 because he just does so much with just his spells. Just putting the ward down, being the healer. Um, you can blast all, like, the benefit of a mid Pugna a lot of time is just blasting all the tier 1 towers. You can do that as a 5 with even just level 2 or level 3 blast. I also don't know what build is like, are you a Dagon 5 kind of Pugna? Maybe against Morphlings or Terrorblades, you can have a good time with that build. But a lot of the carries I feel like are just really tanky these days. Yeah, I think Necro mid is really bad just because last patch, right? They specifically changed this. You could BKB and Ghost Scepter at the same time, and that also worked with Ghost Shroud. So you could be BKB and Ghost Shrouding, um, and he still had a 40% win rate and in the mid lane and high MMR. He can't do that anymore. If someone picks Necro mid on my team, which it happened once, it was random on my team, I'm just falling down to my knees in Walmart. Like, I'm thinking like, man, what should I pick next game? You get the blast cooldown, push towers fast. Yeah, the thing is, like, you could probably do that from support. That's what a lot of the supports do in my bracket, is they just hit level 2 blast, maybe level 3 blast. They just walk mid at the 5-minute catapult, queue the tower until it dies. They walk top, do the same thing. They just put their word down and be annoying. And then in a lot of lower ranked games, you just turn into a core after that as well. When the map opens up, your team might just not be farming the lanes as much. You're just picking up all the farm. Yeah, you can't ghost and BKB anymore. All right, that's it for the tier list. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe or the cat will kill me. And yeah, enjoy this patch. I think it's a great patch for mid. Look at all the fun mid heroes here at the top.